welcome back, and thanks for staying with us and see what's on Rapid done right on Rapid Television. Of course, thanks to Victor Ejema for giving us the sporting update. Yes, it's Wednesday, and of course, it's that time we have the conversation centered around the ladies and all of that. And so, at this point in time, I pass the ball to the beautiful Martha.
Good morning. Welcome again. And this is the very final episode of Rapid On this morning. And on Wednesdays, what we do, as always, is have conversations centered around the girls. But today, we're dragging the boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dragging the boys and maybe drag the girls too, because what do you mean by what should I do?
Everybody we collect.
Everybody we shall collect in different proportions. But welcome, as always, you know that this program airs here every Wednesday on Rapid TV from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And our previous episodes, just so that you can catch up with what we always do here, is on YouTube at official Rapid TV. Now, if you have your friends and you have your girlfriends and you want them to be a part of conversation this morning, send them our website at www.rbnradiotv.com, and with just a click, wherever they are in the world, you can join the program because it's about to be lit this morning. Now, I saw a video, and I have these unspoken habits where I just send it to Nen.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. I just see the video and I send it to you guys, and I'm like,
you guys to Nen.
no, I sent this particular one to everybody. I sent it to the group. I sent it, and I was like, I'm trying to comprehend what I just heard. Maybe I'm the one that didn't hear correctly. Did you hear what I heard? She heard what I heard. Did you also hear what I heard? We all heard the same thing. And today we will let you know what we make of the conversation, or what we saw in that video. I mean, different people, different priorities and different things, right? But for the conversation today, it's not about right or wrong. It's about what you will do as an individual. And that is what we're dissecting on this table this morning. Of course, with myself, Martha Alu, and with Nen Warandong, and of course, the guy just finds a way to sneak himself right here in the studio. But just to have, to have some sort of balance this morning, we're having all three of us debate on that conversation. Now, before we go on, let's see the video. And then when we see the video, we can decide what we want to talk about.
Listen to this. I'll be back.
He treated the case of a lady who discovered that her husband, Lord Jesus, and his friends, they have a WhatsApp group where they actually plant cameras in their homes and they sleep with their wives, and these women do not know, and then they record it and then they edit it and they share it in that group. The guys now say, Baba, you know, do this angle well, you know, fire this spot well, and after they are done editing, they now put it on a porn site and they get paid for it. Now this lady discovered from, you know how your kid is just playing with your phone, Daddy, go well on something, and then the child now swiped into the group chat. And she's like, how can this man have this kind of thing on his phone? Only to check and expected to see, maybe she was already angry that, why are you doing something like this? And she now saw herself. Hey! Love doctor. Shout out, because we cheated it. And then herself and him, and she's like, she checked through that page and she now saw at least over 40 videos. So I edited that, and then she followed links and saw that it's on his site. So about 2 out of the 11, one has a fiance, one has a serious girlfriend, the other 9 are married. And all these women do not know that their intimate moments with these men that they call their partners
being shared.
But they are making money from this. And these men are getting money from this.
Which means there's a high possibility that you might be dating a guy now, and the guy is making
content creator. Is that grounds enough to leave?
Living. I discovered that he went somewhere else.
That woman is asking, is that ground enough to leave? No, it is ground enough to climb mango tree and do backflip. What nonsense are you asking? I don't know if it is because I chose this side of TikTok. This year alone, the things that has been exposed, the things that has entered my ears has traumatized me. Like the level of...
Well, you can see the expression on my face and on our faces. Well, let me start with you. Yes, let me start with you.
Dang.
Let me hear what you have to say about your brothers. Let's go on. Your brothers.
You know how I used to say this is not a standard for men.
Who cares about
Is that a good way to start?
But this is crazy. Like it is totally crazy. Like, I don't know. This is a married couple to start with. I mean, you have the recorded video of yourself and your spouse while you were intimate with each other. You didn't just record that. You edited that, first sent to a group for every other person to watch. It didn't end there. It took it from there and put it out on a porn site, which you're basically saying right now that yourself and your wife, who has no idea that this particular video is out there, are both porn stars.
Now that you put it like that,
yeah, that's what he's just trying to do there, you know. And it breaks my heart to see that this woman actually trusts her husband. What that means is that she never really knew the man that she got married to.
Well, we can say.
Yeah, you never. That's what it means, you know, that she never really got to know that this is the kind of man that she got married to.
You think so?
Yeah.
Probably she just felt, no, he won't go to that extent. And I mean, any normal person in marriage will never even think that her husband will do this, because, like you said, you are also in that video,
yes,
and your face is.
That's why I said, do you think she doesn't know who she got married to?
No, there's a possibility, right? Because I understand that maybe there's a consent for the both of them to record themselves. People have that fetish, you know. It's more like a fantasy most times when you are being intimate, you know, with your partner.
I have to be surprised. I don't think there's a consent.
No, people do have.
No, yeah, people do have that.
I think there might be a consent in the recording. You know, there might be. Yeah, you might not understand that. Like I said, different folks, different strokes. You know, they have their fetish and all of that. But where the problem is, where it is totally wrong, is taking that particular private video that is supposed to be for the satisfaction, the fantasy of just you and your partner. You take it away from there without the consent of your partner to a group where you and your boys are. And you're watching these videos over and over again. It's more like you're taking scores, you know. And
actually, that was what she said.
That's what it is. You know, you then move it again from. She has a legal ground actually to sue and all of that. And the question what she was asking is this ground enough to lift the marriage?
That's even another side. Don't worry. Let's just leave that. But let's hear you. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, when I saw the video, you know, when you sent it, I'm like, I don't get. Who was going through this? Let's not forget, it's not just one person. I think she said there are like 11 in that group. So 11 fully grown men. 9 are married.
No, is it 9 of them?
Yeah, she said 9 are married. I think one is engaged, one is in a serious relationship, like he has a serious girlfriend. Shasha, all of them have partners. 11 fully grown men. Not one out of that group can call them and say, guys, this thing that we are doing, no, let us, all of you.
Birds of the same feather.
Actually, these birds are so many.
Yeah.
And again, right, I'm looking at it from the angle of, you know, when a playboy in quotes wants to play, and then maybe his mom now pressures him, can't get married, and he still wants that, you know, fantasy and that whole crazy, you know, and then he eventually just get married for just marriage sake, but still wants to do those silly things he had always wanted to do. And I mean, some people even have like a checklist of things they want. That's why I'm saying it, because there's nothing you can tell me. These men are obviously from that side of the world before they got married, and marriage obviously did not change anything about them. But you see, this is extreme, and I agree with you. I mean, this is Nigeria anyway. The wife can sue this man.
Yeah.
But again, there might not be a conversation of he's the father of my children.
Oh, no. That's all.
Which is not.
Problems
I think the both of you are very gracious and you're very generous. The fact that you are even thinking towards the line of going to court, I mean, it just means that you guys are very.
What else do you?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do what you now also.
Yeah.
That's the legal way to go, Martha.
Dealing with
That's because I think I know where Martha is going to. That's the legal, so that you can at least be out of cell for your children.
Yeah.
Because your husband cannot now. So
you know.
I mean, it's a no. And you now saying she didn't know who she got married to. I don't agree. I feel like whether I like it or not, there were signs. But you see this thing of when he gets married, he will change.
So
when he gets married, he will become responsible. No. There's no way she would have known that you would have gone this extreme.
When it comes to
there would have been signs.
Exploration of your partner, you will know.
You will see the signs.
Because it's either from his incessant demands, or the things he is asking you to do, or the things he fantasizes about, or the things he watches. You will know. You will know. Because somehow it shows. Somehow these things shows. It's just like someone who likes food. Have you seen a person who likes food?
Yeah.
You can't like
the person is the truth is, I don't even eat food as much as I watch it on my phone. If there's a video that is showing how to cook what I might never cook in my life, I'm gonna watch it because I enjoy it. I just go look for recipes that I might never even try, and I watch it. Anybody that is close to me knows that when you peep in my phone, that's most likely what you are going to see. So you can tell that, oh, this person likes cook. You might mistake it for like cooking, but at least you know that the person likes food. Right? It's not left for the person to tell you, look, I don't really eat that much. I think I like to cook it that much more than I like to eat it. It makes me happy when people eat the meal. That's how sexual relations cannot hide.
Okay.
People that are obsessed with intimacy, right? If you have a partner that matches up your energy, that's beautiful. But people that are obsessed with intimacy, physical touch is their love language. Their hands are always in yours. You will know. You will know. But the extent to which you will not know is the fact that they can drag you in their foolishness, because that is foolishness. If you want to be a porn star, the two of us agree that we want to be porn stars together. No. Because it is much more than an offense. You have breached you have privacy, disregard for my fundamental human rights. That's number one. Number two, there are things that are private in this life. Some people want to be naughty, they want to just be a certain kind of way for just a particular person. That's it. Why did you take that choice away from them by uploading a video of your I don't even recommend it for anybody. Even if you are married to the person, I don't recommend that you have intimate videos of your phone, of yourself and your partner on your phone. And I'm saying that because they steal phones. You get into one chance. You have kidnappers. You have all of those things. Imagine that the phones get into the hands of the wrong person. What are you going to do about it? Imagine that, aside getting in the hands of the wrong person, imagine that you mistakenly upload this. Because there are times when, on my WhatsApp, somebody has mistakenly uploaded something that people had no business saying. Right. And this was the era when we had GB WhatsApp. When you have deleted your WhatsApp, that your WhatsApp is still there. It can't go anywhere. You delete it, it is still there. I can still see it.
And let's not also forget cases of messy divorce, and then the man
I have dirt on you. I have dirt on you, trying to blackmail you, and then you go. Not only did you now keep it on your phone, you go and upload it on a porn site.
Oh God!
The Constitution.
There are two things.
The Constitution needs amendments now,
and then now
uploading on the porn site.
I'm not going to agree arrest. Shooting by firing squad.
But
they have to just end you.
No, slow it down.
They have to end you so that I will do it myself.
Slow it down.
I can't do it so that we don't have more people to repeat that. You know that sound? I could have killed a lot.
Exactly.
Like, what do you even mean?
But that's why we have the law here.
What law? That's why I said they should adjust it. What abuse the law? Shooting by firing squad. Like, end the matter here and now. What do you mean? On a porn site? How can I explain to my family that it was not with my consent?
Yeah.
And you know this kind of thing, they might not want you to know that they also visit the porn site.
Yeah.
So there are people that know that this video is on the porn site. So they are looking at you, Sister Martha is going to church and she's coming to this. Meanwhile, and her husband, oh my goodness.
You know. But again, I really, so you mentioned something earlier when you were talking about some of the measures that should be taken. And one of the fear that it's a major concern, is that sometimes some of these women might not want to go forward about these things because of, the stigma that comes with it. And you said something of air yesterday when Nen shared a particular story with us.
I did.
Yeah, I will remind you what you said. And you said, if you allow one thing to go unpunished or unreported, it becomes a norm. Remember that you said exactly. Yes. And these things like this, if you allow it to go unreported, unpunished, and all of that, no shooting, it continues to happen like that and all of that. So I really think that now these women were people who were taken advantage of. That's where that's become right now, because it was not a consensual act as it is. Again, it could be consensual to record. But putting it out there is where the problem is, because they have come out to say that they didn't have any idea that their husbands or the men in their lives were going to take all of this out of that particular thing. So take away that stigma, and you have to be able to fight for the human right to ensure that women out there do not get to face these things all over again, right? And I keep talking about the fact that if you have a fetish, it has to do with two people. If you have a fantasy, it has to do with two people who loves this particular fantasy, two people who agrees to explore in this particular manner. And if these two persons are not on the same page to explore, then go find the other person who is going to be on the same page with you, because you cannot force a person to be who the person doesn't want to be.
Well, if you're married to the person that is not.
If you're married to the person, marriage still doesn't give anybody the right to force you to be what you don't want to be. Being married to a person, yeah. No, I'm stressing that be. You know, being married to a person doesn't take away your fundamental human right. No, yeah. It doesn't take away your sense of reasoning. It doesn't take away your right as a person, basically. So you need to understand that as a person, that I'm married to this individual, I'm still an entity of my own.
No,
I still have my right.
Was because you spoke about fantasy and, you know, having a partner or someone who
so that's what I'm saying. It still has to blend. The both of you still have to have that consent amongst yourself. You know, there are certain people who do not also have this exploration before they also get married.
See, I knew you were going
to. This is not an
excuse. We will get there.
You were going to
let me land my point, because that's where she took me from, right? Two persons who got married because now they didn't know. They never knew actually what they are capable of. They never knew what they want to explore, and that's because many times actually, we shy away from these conversations as a couple, right? We don't want to talk about the sexual fantasies of individuals. We just want to, especially as Christians, we just want to do boxing like that. That's an unholy conversation to have. And that's why I like the fact now some churches now talk about these things on the altar and also during the counseling stage and all of that, because these things are important. Sex is an ingredient that actually sustains marriage, whether we like it or not. Now, again, I think it's really important that before people even get into this relationship and marriage, you have to talk about all of this as much as possible. But whether that conversation is had or not, now you're married, maybe that conversation wasn't had now that you're married. Still, in marriage, you still will have to have those conversations. Now, by the time you've started exploring and all of that, still there has to be a consent. I can do this one. No, I cannot do this one. Okay, I can compromise for this one. I won't be able to do that.
I'll just follow in the line of what you have said. This is not a conversation you should have when you are married.
I agree.
Like, don't even ever cross it to when you are married, because you're going to have a problem. Have these difficult, how is it even difficult these days that it is normal for you to camp with a man that you're not married to, you to cohabit, these days that people have children for people that they are not married to? So how is this even a hard conversation? It's everywhere. It's literally one of the things you can pick on the streets anywhere these days. Before, it's previously that you'd see that sex is such a sacred matter. You don't even want to talk about it. Your mom does not want to tell you about it. Your parents they don't want to speak about it. But these days, it is in your face. It's everywhere. You open your phone, there's sex there. Your social media, it is there. Movie, it is there. In church, it is there. On the streets, it is everywhere looking at you. So why is this such a difficult conversation for you to have? Now, there are people who go into marriage with certain naivety, which is something that you talked about. People who haven't explored that part of them. But as an individual, you know what you want. I know what I want, right? Everyone should know what they want. So as a person who has not explored that part of their life, it's important that you have the conversation openly with your spouse. Look, I haven't explored that part of my life, but there are possibilities that I will want to explore it to its fullest potential. That's it. At least you know, now I'm willing to try, right? But not a conversation you say, oh, I haven't explored that part of my life, and you cover it up like that. You are going to suffer. Because there's a person who has not explored it and is not willing to explore it at all. There are people like that. Some medical conditions don't even allow people to explore the sexual part of their lives. They have to go for counseling, they have to go for treatment and all of that. However, I think that this is a very integral part of your marriage. Intimacy is a very integral part of your marriage. That's why you must have the conversation with your spouse. This is what I want. This is what I am not willing to do. So it's not until you get married and you start. When kids come in, it will be a lot more confusing because now there's no time as much as they would have been when you guys were single. However, this conversation we have at hand right now, I want to know how you as an individual would approach it. What would you do if you see yourself on a porn site uploaded by either your boyfriend or the person that you're married to? Because this conversation has two sides.
Right.
There's some that are not married, there are people that are also married. How would you address it?
I feel like, I don't even know if it would be more painful with a boyfriend. But, I don't want to agree with matter on what they say should be done. No, but I know that it's going to be a very big fight. First thing first, I'm packing my things. I'm leaving because no, you didn't think of me before doing that.
Right.
I'm moving out. Then when I move out, we'll now still come back. And I think for me, I'm definitely going to go through the legal route. I'm suing you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
She doesn't have money, go.
you don't have money for what?
The money you pay you. The money you pay is from porn sites.
don't do
That's
that.
the money is going to pay you. Don't do that. All this while proceeds from your acting, from your actions.
All this one, don't forget that it's money from the porn sites that you have been feeding me.
But you do know.
So I don't care. What I want is you can't go scot-free for doing that.
Yeah.
Sadly, you cannot. But you can't go scot-free.
It might even be about the money now. It's about justice.
Exactly.
Right?
I wasn't even thinking about the money. But again, I get you because in all honesty, you would feel like even him being in that cell, you would still feel like it's still a lenient, it's not up to the punishment he should be getting for such.
Because you still have stigma to deal with, right? You still have the public perception to deal with.
But again, let's not forget that it wasn't. He said. Because I wanted to say, let's not forget that it wasn't a situation of someone seeing you there and be like, I saw you.
But how do you know that
That's
they did not see?
That's the problem. And for her to have seen over 40 videos, it means that it wasn't like that. Day wasn't day 2 or day. He has been
more.
This is a new fear unlocked, too.
Yeah.
Do you know that personally, when I'm saying, like, I don't want to sound like a certain kind of way. I know it's very out of the law to unalive anybody, but I don't have the capacity to do that. I need to put that out there before the video comes out tomorrow and they say she's capable of doing it. I don't have the capacity to do that. But personally, why I like things to be dealt with immediately is because after that scenario, I will not be angry again. For this, let me tell you.
I don't think this comes.
Listen, let me tell you. Look at the Owo Church massacre that happened in 2022. It's in 2025 that witnesses are coming to testify. Do you think the parents of the people that lost their lives there, do you think they'll be as angry as they were in 2022? They will be grieving. They'll feel so much pain, but they will not be as upset as they were in 2022. They would have made peace with the fact that their children can no longer come back.
I feel like this
their
is
spouses.
Very peculiar
It's a very peculiar case, but I don't know, for most human beings claim that, they are so, I know they are very demonic ones that, they don't forgive. They are so angry. When you do them something, there's no forgiveness. But most people that I know, at least, are people that after a while, the anger would have watered down and they might not be able to do anything about it again. That's the point I'm coming from when I say I want immediate punishment for that person.
But just like Nance said,
immediately you have to go through a process.
Right? This affects you so directly. It affects you. It affects your psyche. It affects your personality. It affects every entirety of your being. So if justice is not being served immediately, you will still want to go through that route to ensure that this particular person who has put me through all of this will still have to pay for this action by the law.
Do you know that there are different turnouts to this story? First, I want you to take your mind back to the Guinea-Bissau man. You know the Guinea-Bissau man? The man, Tanzania, is it Tanzania?
Yeah, I think it's Tanzania.
The man that slept with up over 400 men.
Okay.
But
it's something or something like that.
I think it was Guinea-Bissau.
I can't even remember the man's name. When that video came out, I can tell you that about 70%, don't ask me how I got this statistics. I can tell you that about 70% of Nigerians were just impressed with the action of the man. The issue moved from what he did to his performance in those videos.
I agree.
Right.
You see the kind of society that we live in. Right? The issue was no longer about that.
Yeah.
It was not about, oh, the man actually, oh my God.
Crazy.
And if the man was not even in jail, more women would have approached that man in his DM to just go and experience whatever it is that those other women had experienced and what have you. For this story, number one, it might not, I'm just giving possible narrations to the story. It might not be as upsetting because, especially if it's your husband, everyone automatically knows that the man did you dirty. The only thing that you'll be dealing with now is shame. Right? But you know, in a case where
shame that will fuel the energy to make sure.
Yes, to make sure that justice is
yes, of course.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I'm saying that. I don't know if you
I don't understand where matter is now. You were.
I understand her feeling. If this doesn't happen to you directly, you might never know how to
you might never be able to
or react
exactly.
to this particular. Even this guy's story now that you just mentioned, recall that one of the women who was also found in that video committed suicide. Why? Because she could not stand the shame that came from it. Now, there were also talks and speculations that these women actually gave their consent for this to be recorded. There were talks there, you know. But and that video again, using that particular story, was not even supposed to see the light of the day. It was due to an investigation that was being carried out and blah. That also went out and all of that. It was also being said that the man can also sue because that was also his private property, personal property as it is. But that video went out. You know, it was unplanned for. The people that are involved in it, the shame was all over there. When a sexual video like that goes out to the public, different reactions are going to be seen there. Some, just like you said, will want to see the action and the performance of the individuals involved, so that they can as well. Not entirely terrible. So that that's yeah, because hold on, different individuals. Like
that's to show how the morality of the society has gone down. Yeah, just so you know.
Do recall that people actually go down to this porn site to watch these videos.
It doesn't make you right.
See, again, there are various reasons why people actually get down to the porn site to watch. But some persons actually go there to watch these videos because they also want to pick up a skill or two and then explore with them. Like
you don't see mechanics to learn.
No, that's
you
want mechanics
to learn.
Mechanics skill.
What again? Skill acquisition.
You don't see mechanics to learn.
But these are real fast. Sorry about that, though. These are real fast. You know, that people
when you say skill, it actually sounds ridiculous. I can't even recover from that. They go to learn skills.
It is a skill. You know, love making is a skill. As it is, you have to be skillful to be able to. But let's not even go so deep.
I don't cut this part of the video because
Israel wouldn't do that. But let's even talk about it better. People go. So when these videos comes out, people's reaction is going to be different. You know, some are going to react the way you mentioned it. Some other persons are going to be ill. This is not supposed to be out there. Different individuals based on their morality, based on their training and all of that. But the key thing, coming back to the main story that we're talking about, this is not even supposed to happen if there's no consent.
Okay, let's hold that thought for a bit. We're past the half of the hour. Let's go on a very short break. When we get back, we definitely have other angles to the story that we'll be talking about. Please stay with us.
Joseph.
Name is Martha Alu.
My name is Victor Arki.
My name is Divine Alex.
My name is Esther Omen.
My name is Arthur James Bruce.
My name is Godwin Sunday.
I am Ijoma Victor.
My name is Cynthia Agbo.
Josephine Bitru.
I bet you already know that this is
Rapid Television.
This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people, power stories, and amplify voices. On Rapid TV, we're rooted in culture and your window to the stories that matter. From news to lifestyle, we inform, entertain, and uplift. Join Rapid TV on StarTimes Channel 176, Nightcom Sat. On Rapid FM, we speak your language from the soulful airwaves of Umuahia to the vibrant culture of Port Harcourt and beyond. More than broadcasters, we're creators, amplifying that voice within with powerful content across TV, radio, and digital. Join us at rbnradiotv.com and all our social media handles. One network, one voice. Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN, the sound of your city, rooted in truth, driven by impact.
All right, welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It's still Rapid Dawn right here on Rapid TV. And we have been having a conversation about the breach of the fundamental human rights of certain women, you know. And Victor has been giving us a point or two, talking about people going to learn skills, you know. But, I mean, there's another angle of the story that I want us to look at, which would be the question that the last person asked. Is that enough grounds to walk away from that marriage?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Then Warando.
Yeah.
Yi Mazaka.
I think I already said it from my response. I'm certainly walking away.
Yeah.
Okay. I am certainly walking away from that marriage. Okay. What am I going to stay there for? And by the way, by the time I've sued you, you will be busy trying to figure out so I'll just stay and, you know, take care of our children and all. And allow you meditate on the way forward in itself.
Or you
no, I would leave. I said it. I'm suing you, right? And then if everything rounds up and all, you'll be in cell. I'll be with the children. I'll be.
How sure are you that he'll be in cell?
You just breathe. And there are evidence. As far as he has even made it easy for me. We just go on the porn site, Abby. You still show police.
You show police.
Those are evidence.
Oh my God. His signal will not end. You still go and show the police the video.
Evidence.
Oh my God.
How do I want to know? It's like so.
The evidence will be there, but I think
if I come and meet you and I tell you, court, you will not believe me. Let me take a picture for you.
To be admitted into the
when you go to court, I'm only going to show the judge.
But the judge, there's a legal counsel.
Exactly.
Actually,
the judge can only
the truth is, the man in question has already tarnished a certain level of my image. So you say, let me tell you, if you take it to court, what it is.
If you play it in court, what the judges and your family members are witnesses who watch the video,
okay,
then court to support you. They watch the video. If the judge now say, okay, because we don't want it to be public, let's send the links to the people that are no, why would they? You still have the.
There should be I don't know. There should be a law, you know, that covers private evidence. Come on,
there is. But I also have an issue anyway with the law because there are loopholes to this thing.
Exactly.
That's what the problem is.
So my problem is it takes almost forever.
Yes, it does. You know, this guy. You know, remember he's cashing. He has been cashing out, and his hard currency.
What happened to the other 10? Because don't forget there are 11 in that group.
If all the women comes out to say,
then we'll now see them one after the other.
Also one after the other, and everybody goes out to fight their legal battle.
What if they don't have
the resources?
What it takes?
There are some persons that will take these cases on pro bono. There are human rights activists that will, human rights lawyers that will also want to take
up the issue. I'm not even talking about the lawyer now.
The women.
I'm talking about the men.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that there's any amount that
talking about the men?
I'm talking about the men who uploaded the video. Right. They are the ones that would now be arrested, right?
Definitely.
I don't think any man who has enough money, who has so much money, would want to upload his intimate videos on the porn site. Remember, they paid him heavily for uploading those videos on the porn site, right? So I don't think, I'm just guessing, if the man actually has money, he wouldn't have uploaded those pictures on the porn site.
Yeah.
So if you are suing him now, it's for what? If you sue him now,
he doesn't have the money to bail himself.
You're suing for
human rights. It even makes the story sweeter.
Okay, so that he will be
there. It makes it even better.
I don't even know. I don't even know what I will do in a situation.
But what if your family now gathers? I mean, now your family, who you feel you even feel shy and you know you're in total shame as to what has happened, and they are the ones that come and say, Martha, forgive your husband. You know, marriage.
But that's, do you know? Forget that I've been saying. Forget that I've been saying. Oh, I want immediate punishment. I most likely will not do anything. That's the truth. I most likely will. What do you want to do? The video is already out there. The only thing I can do now is to make sure that more of those videos are not out there. And then the ones, what? No, obviously I will leave them. I don't know how to address the elephant in the room. I leave you with the elephant.
Okay, you leave the marriage, but you will not sue.
Yes, I will leave you and
not sue. No, each now comes back.
I will not
sue. How would you stop this nonsense from continuing?
Is it. You make sure that you would definitely arrest.
People sign an MOU.
No, you would definitely arrest and take to court. But now that you're arresting and taking to court is not because they should pay you. Of course, if you guys are... The time when I would demand for money is not in this scenario. It's in a divorce because now I have very legal ground that can dissolve the marriage almost immediately. But I most likely will not do anything when it comes to my intimate videos with my spouse being out there. What I would do is take you to the police, of course, so that the law will take its course.
Okay, so if I get to them, you won't confront him.
Hold on. I mean, how can't you know that? I will confront you now. You will know.
Sure,
do you understand? But it's just that we have different ways of confronting people. My way will be uploading the video and sending it directly to you on WhatsApp, just so you know that I know JSYK.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I get
and then when that is done, I take you to the police or the security operatives so that the law will take its course, right? And aside that, the reason I'm even doing that is just so that you can. I don't know whatever agreement you have with the porn site, but the videos will be brought down.
Of course.
The ones that you have in your personal possessions will be deleted and destroyed forever and ever. And then I walk away from the marriage. That's it. I don't, you might not have the, I don't know. But if you have been in a situation where you grieve something like a relationship that you prioritize so much, and your partner now goes on to betray you like that, the truth is you might not have enough emotional stamina to address it right at the point where that is happening. If you are looking at it realistically, you might not be able to fight it as much as we are so angry and saying, oh, I'll take you to the police, I'll make sure that they shoot you, firing squad and all that. There's nothing you can do about it. The more you drag it, the messier it becomes. And
so I have a question.
Definitely don't want that.
Right? I have a question. You know, we said something about fantasies and all of that. Do you think meeting someone who has crazy, see, I'm stressing on crazy, crazy fantasies, do you think that should be a red flag? Because I feel like for this person, it wasn't particularly an issue or, I don't know, I just feel like he just had this very wild, okay, what if I just record, and just put it out there? You know, different people with different, some people love, they just record and they keep, and they're watching it. You know, some people like when other people are, when we say crazy fan, it goes far. So do you think meeting someone that has this very wild, crazy fantasy is a red flag?
For who now? For me?
Yeah, for you guys.
Okay, you guys.
It might not be for Victor. Let me tell you people. It might not be.
You don't think a woman can do this? Actually, I know a woman.
Victor could answer.
It might not be. I'm just saying it now because the truth is, I don't even know.
You know, we've had instances when we say crazy fun. We've had people tie up hands.
Hey, that's
people have died in the
died. Hey, that's the way you people.
So let me put it this way.
Don't forget that this person falls under that category. That's what I'm saying.
Discuss.
Some people just goes over.
Let's see. I think Victor has some fun.
If you don't like it, and you guys have talked about it, to you it is a red flag. Move away. There's some other persons that would love it.
And all of this is before the marriage.
Yes,
right?
have this conversation before marriage. That's what we're trying to establish. Once that conversation is had, you know what you're putting up with. Do you want all of those BDSM stuff and all of that? Do you want to be chained to the wall? Why? Okay, let's not get too descriptive. But if you want all of those fantasies to play out, then this is the person for you. Both of you can go ahead and do all of that together. You know that when you're in that other room, like put it there, all of this is going to play out there based on the fact that both of you actually like that kind of fantasy that you want to explore.
Before you continue, let me ask you for those celibate ones, those ones who
get
married. You know, they're celibates, they get into marriage like that, and they think that they like these fantasies. They think it is something they might be able to keep up with. And then they get into the marriage and they discover that, nah.
It becomes excessive and all of that. Yeah. So again, there's always a balance, right? Okay. Now you know that you've not experienced this before, and if your mind is open to exploring it, your mind should be open to the point that if I don't like this, we should have that. You should have that conversation. That if I don't love this, if I don't like this, you as well have to also compromise for me, because there are certain compromises that this other person is willing to make based on this fantasies of this other individual, and so the other individual should also be able to make those compromises, you know, for the other individual to ensure that
really
the whole
make
thing
such
flows. Yeah, you should be able to learn to do that, because marriage is not selfish.
Remember, you're talking about people that have fetish.
Yes.
So, because the truth is, the moment that person says, look, I don't think I can keep up with this, the person will most likely go outside.
Definitely.
You see. So does that mean it's either that or nothing? Because
because no matter how he tries to compromise, that fantasy is still inside.
It's still there. And you must, that fantasy is something that you just like the gods, you need to just appease the gods. It's either that or nothing, you see. And that's why, again, it's very important that we have this conversation. There's another angle I most likely want to talk about, but we probably would change the entire conversation where we get into no, don't worry about it. But let's just we were asking if that's enough grounds to end the marriage. I think it's enough grounds to end the marriage. In fact, certain religious traditions or churches, the only ground with which they would dissolve your marriage is infidelity, and when you lie to your partner, or when you deceive your partner, and this would fall in one of these categories. And personally, for the Roman Catholic Church, I know that these are like some of the basic things that can give you grounds for immediate divorce. Other churches have their own requirements or cultures and what have you. But I think personally that it is very legitimate ground for. But the fact that the lady can ask that question, it means that there are people who would not go.
Exactly.
So what would you say to them?
Well,
choice.
It's a matter of choice, actually. It's a matter of choice. There are certain things that one might never be able to recover from. If you cannot recover from it, you know that being in that marriage will also destroy you further. The best thing to do is, pick up the little strength that you have and then walk away. Just for your own sanity and for your own safety. But if you think that you can deal, if you think that you can recover from it,
What if he promises not to do it again?
And, those promises will come, especially because the person is caught red-handed. Some of those promises will come, and it is left for you to either believe that promise or not. But it still boils down to the individual. If you can handle it, why not? Because even infidelity right now, a lot of other people, couples will they can still reconcile with that and say, okay, I can deal.
It's not a deal breaker for them.
It's not a deal breaker. So individual based and all of that. But I would say that it is best, right? If you cannot handle it, if you're going to be in that particular marriage and you're dying in silence, you cannot talk, you can no longer express yourself and enjoy your marriage. If you cannot recover from it, the best thing to do is to step aside, and go build your life, heal, as much as possible, take as much time as you need to heal, and then begin your life, anew again.
Well, I think this is where we'll conclude this conversation for today. But the long and short of the story is this conversation is definitely going to be on the YouTube page. I'd love you to share and ask your friends what they think about it. So the friends that you enroll for counseling are the ones that you will leave. When you ask them, what are you going to do? And they're like, oh, no problem, I don't mind. If the both parties don't mind, trust me, I have absolutely no problem with it. If the both parties say, you know what, maybe some women now, their issue will be like, oh, so you have been collecting the money there, you're the only one that has been eating it. Meanwhile, the both of us have been doing the work. You get what I'm saying? Some couples might not have issues with it, depending on their exposure, depending on their agreement. It's not even going to be a matter of whether it's right or wrong between those couples. It's between what we want. We cannot deny the fact that that exists, right? However, it's important that you have very important conversations with your spouses. The increase of divorce, the divorce rate in Nigeria is on the increase, not just in Nigeria, in the world is on the increase. And this is because I think, from my analysis, it's because certain difficult conversations that should be had are not being had. You put the cat before the horse, I put the horse before the cat. It's the horse before the cat, but we tend to put the cat before the horse. And how do we do that when we now get into the marriage and start discovering very new things about ourselves? Some couples might be able to adapt, some might never be able to adapt, but it's important that you have these conversations before it is too late. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you too for being a part of the conversation today. Just to remind you, we are active across social media platforms. This will also be uploaded. We want to know what your thoughts are. Write in the comments on the social media pages. It's at Rapid TV. On YouTube, it is at Official Rapid TV. And on the website is www.rbnradiotv.com. My name is Martha Alu.
And of course, my name is Victor.
And tell us your name.
My name is Nenwarandu Mazaka. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.